Internet Ruined Me by Wilbur. I thought I'd do this video because a lot of people requested it, and of course I want to do the things that people want to hear. And also it's a really cool song, and I saw some tutorials on it online, and though the teachers were doing some cool stuff, it wasn't exactly how he was doing in the recording. So, and I think they were doing that on purpose too, in their own respect. But I think that it's good to make a video exactly like the person does it. So when you learn it, you know you're learning it the way, oops, dropping stuff. You're learning it the way they're doing it, and you can take it from there and put your own thing on it later. So the tune is not too hard. There's some bar chords in it. If you're not good at bar chords, you're going to want to check those out and kind of get that in your facility. Bar chords, there's a lot of bar chords in it, so if you can't do bar chords, it's going to be quite frustrating, I think, to learn that. And there's some fast strumming stuff, like in his other songs. But that's not too bad. You can always slow it down and build up the speed as your muscles get used to it and all that kind of stuff. And I'll give you some tricks as we go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's basically 3 parts to it. And he changes those parts a little bit with little rhythms and stuff, but there's basically 3 parts. And he only uses kind of the same chords over and over again too. So if you're good at bar chords and fast strumming, it shouldn't be that hard to learn, especially if you know the song well. Let's get started. Also, please like, subscribe, and donate. That would be amazing. I like making these videos. I really enjoy everybody's positive comments and learning how to play guitar and stuff, but it's definitely a labor of love. I still have to play for a living and teach for a living, and I guess it would be nice to have some incentive to keep doing them. But I still enjoy it. So here's another one. Let's get right into it. So the guitar's in standard tuning, nothing fancy, no capos or anything, just fancy bar chords. Let's learn the first section. Like I said, there's 3 sections, so keep that in mind when you're learning these sections, that there's basically just 3 and they're going to be varied a little. First chord is F sharp minor 7. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. Third finger is on the 9th fret of the 5th string. First finger is on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Third finger is on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. And then the first finger is actually barring across. So it's also playing the 7th fret of the 2nd string. So really your first finger is barring on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, while your third finger is playing the 9th fret of the 5th string, and your pinky is playing the 9th fret of the 3rd string. And you just strum with your right hand the middle 4 strings. You're going to skip that low 6th string and move the camera. You're going to skip the 6th string and skip the high E. We'll do the strumming pattern soon. I just want to do the chord first. The second chord is a E add 9 chord. I'll put your first finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, your third finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string, your pinky on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and then your first finger bars across again, also playing the 7th fret of the 2nd string. So your first finger is barring across basically the middle 4 strings on the 7th fret, then your third finger and your pinky on the 9th fret of the 4th and 3rd string. Same thing with this hand, you just strum the middle 4 strings. Wish I could move this light over, and then you could see my hands better. Yay! That's the first chord, here's the second chord. Third chord is easy because it's just like the second chord. Just move it down 1, 2 frets. Now it's a D add 9. After that, you're going to go to an A add 9. A lot of add 9 chords in this song. This is a cool chord. I love this chord. It's basically like an A bar chord, if you already know that. But he doesn't bar the first finger. If you don't know it, I'll show you how to do it. First finger is on the 5th fret of the 6th string, third finger is on the 7th fret of the 5th string, pinky is on the 7th fret of the 4th string, second finger is on the 6th fret of the 3rd string. Then, the 2nd string, the B string, is open. Try to avoid playing the high E string, but if you play it, it's not too bad. It won't like ruin the song or anything, but he doesn't play it when he plays, just to keep that in mind. So we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. Now we have this one. Oh, also this A add 9 I just showed you, remember this one now, because he uses it so much in this song. This is called an A add 9, I'm going to refer to it later. And then the next chord is a D, we'll call it a 6-9, there's many different names for it. D6-9. Also remember this one. the A add 9 and this next one I'm about to show you, because he uses them so much in this song. It's a lot easier to remember and easier for me to teach. So first finger is on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Third finger is on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Second finger is on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, and the 2nd string is open. Again, you're just playing those middle 4 strings. You're not playing the 6th string like you did on that last chord. Then after that, he goes to the chord we did right before it, that A add 9, the one I told you to remember. Then he goes back to the chord I just taught you, D6 9, and then he goes to a B minor. Good old B minor. You might know this one already if you know bar chords. If you don't, I'll show it to you. So, or refresh, it's okay. First finger is on the 7th fret of the 6th string. Third finger is on the 9th fret of the 5th string. Pinky is on the 9th fret of the 4th string. And then your first finger is barring across pretty much all those strings on the 7th fret. So you're also going to have to play the 7th fret of the G string. Just those bottom 4 strings. If you hit the other ones, once again, it doesn't sound that bad. It's not really a big deal. I think people in the other tutorials were showing it like that, but just keep it in the bottom 4 if you want it to sound like the way he does it. So, here's all the chords really slowly. First one, the F minor 7, E add 9, D add 9, oops, A add 9, D6 9, back to the A add 9, these are the 2 important ones that we've been doing, then the D6 9 again, and the B minor. Now let's talk about the strumming pattern. This is for the first part, this is the hardest part. And don't fret if this is getting confusing, because the other parts are much easier. The strumming pattern, if you know how the song goes, it'll help you a lot because you know what it's supposed to sound like. But here I'll just piece it together one by one. So on that first chord, down, 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 up, down. Just start with that. Down, 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 up, down. Down, 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 up, down. And then after that, you do an up and you move to the next chord. So it's down, 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 up, down, up. It's tricky, so get that really good because he's going to use that a lot in the song. Down, 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 up, down, down. Oops, said it wrong. Down, 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 up, down, up. One more time in slow motion. Down, 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 up, down, up. Then he continues the pattern. Down, 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 up, down, up, down. Once again, those first 2 chords. Down, 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 up, down, up, down. Here it is up the tempo. Down, 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 up, down, up, down. If you'll notice when I change to that second chord, I do kind of cheat it when I go really fast. Like when I'm changing, there's not really a note. It's kind of just sounds like that. Down, down, up, down, up. So down, 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 up, down. So if you feel like you can't get all the strums perfectly in time, don't worry about it. Just try to keep it in rhythm. Start really slow and speed it up gradually. As you speed it up, it'll be nice and clean. It'll all work together. Just get it right, get it slow, speed it up later. Don't play it fast and sloppy. It'll take much longer to learn. I know because I've done it myself and I've taught a lot of people, and trust me, that's what happens. So, first 2 chords. Then he does the same exact thing on the next 2 chords. Same thing. Down, 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 up, down, up, down. Then on the last part, it's a little different. The strumming is down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. So slowly what he's doing is going down, up, down, and then he's stopping the notes from ringing on that third down. So down, up, down, second down, third strum. Down, up, down, down, up, down. How am I doing that? I'm doing it with my left hand. Here's when I hit it when it's ringing. When I want to stop it, the notes that I'm pressing, I just let go of the pressure. Here I'm pressing, let going of the pressure. I'm still touching them. And then I kind of move my finger over to stop that open string, the second string, the B string. It's a little detail, but that's what makes it sound so cool in my opinion. If you went, it sounds different than stop, stop. He stops it. So down, up, down, stop, down, up, down, stop, down, up, down, up, down. Those are the last two chords. That's the D6-9 to the A add 9. Two really important ones. Down, up, down, stop, down, up, down, stop, down, up, down, up, down. Same thing. Then he goes to the B minor. So let's play the whole section really slowly. Now that you know all the chords and all the strumming, let's piece it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fast. Whew. Okay, so that's the first part. That's the hardest part. The second part, this part that we know so well, it's that D6-9 chord, D6-9 chord again. First finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, third finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string, second finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, second string is open. Just to review, we already taught you that chord though. And he does a muted strum. What I'm doing to mute the strum is I'm putting my, there you go, trying to get the ankle here right, putting my palm touching the strings right where they touch the bridge right here. I've talked about this in my other videos. Not too far up. If you go too far up, it doesn't make any sound at all. If you go too far back off the bridge, it just sounds normal. If you just touch it right where it touches the bridge, you're going to get what they call palm mute. Really popular in metal and a lot of styles of music. It's a really cool effect. Worth getting good at. The cool thing about palm muting is mixing that with open. Open means regular. That's what he's doing. Mute, mute, open, mute, 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 open, mute, 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 open. That's the rhythm he's doing on the D6-9 chord. I'm showing off. So it's D6-9. Going to the A add 9. That's the first finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string, third finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, pinky on the 7th fret of the 4th string, second finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, and then the B string's open. A add 9. This is D6-9, this is A add 9. From now on, I'm actually not going to teach these chords anymore because he keeps doing them over and over again. I'll just call it the D6-9, this is the A add 9. So anyway, back to the verse, the muted part. So mute, mute, open, mute, 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 open, mute, 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 open, open, open. And the last one, when he changes, he goes. It's like what they call a push. So when you feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, that's where you feel like it's going to go. What actually happens, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's right before you would expect the change to happen. It's the best way to remember it. After a while, you'll just get used to it. But I'll play it fast once, then I'll play it really slow. Here it is slow. Here we go. So slow that down, practice that, get that good, the palm muting thing right. After you get that together, when he gets out of that section, he does it 3 times. There's a second time. Third time. Fourth time is a little different. Right here. So what happens the 4th time is he does the D 6/9 like usual. And changes to the A. He does that for 1 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he goes to B minor. We already know this chord from the last section. Down, 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 down. So I'll play it again, just the 4th time when it's different. Here we go. B minor. Hard to talk and do it at the same time. One more time. So it's just down, 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 down. Cool. So that's that section. After that, he goes to an instrumental. I call that instrumental because there's not really any singing. It's just playing the guitar. And it's the same 2 chords, D 6/9 to A add 9. He just opens it up a little bit. So the strum is a little different. Again, he varies these strumming rhythms a little bit depending on how he feels. He's kind of having fun with it, and you should too. But while you're learning it, just stick to these kind of basic patterns that he's doing. You can vary them later when you get comfortable with it. So I'll just show you the basic pattern. So it's down, down, and he stops that second one like we did before. Down, down, up, 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 down. So down, down, up, 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 down. Then he goes to the A add 9, the other favorite chord. Same thing. Down, down, up, 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 down. He does that whole thing 2 times, like this. Down, down, up, 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 down. The second time. Sounds weird slow, but practice it slow, you'll get good at it. When you get it fast, it sounds like... Cool. So we got the intro chorus part, we got the verse, and then we got the instrumental. There's one more part, but before he goes to the other part, he goes back to the verse again. This is the muting thing that we already learned. It's a little different this time with the way he does the rhythm, but it's the same chorus, not that confusing. So this is the second time he does the verse. He does what I just did, which is the D 6/9 is the same. When he gets to that A add 9, he strums through it. That's kind of what I'll call it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So when he gets to the A, instead of going, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, stops. I'll play it really slow. 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you know the song, you'll know what I mean. You can listen to it and compare. Second and third time, he does it the regular way, the way we already know it. The fourth time, he does it the way we did it before, where he goes to the B minor at the end. Remember that? If you know the other part, you'll remember it. So learn all the parts in order. It'd be much easier. I'll play that whole section. This is the second verse. 2, 3, 4. Fourth time coming up. I messed up a little because I was talking when I did it, but it's okay. You understand the idea. Okay, this next part we're going to do is going to be called the bridge part. We'll call it the bridge. And basically what he's playing is playing our D6-9 chord that we love so much, the popular one that he loves so much. And it sounds a little weird this time because they're different instrument. There's a bass guitar playing as well, and the bass guitar is actually playing an A in the bass this time, and this time only. So it sounds like that. It's kind of a crazy chord. So it's going to sound different when you play it alone, just a heads up, but this is the chord he's playing. And we're going to pretend like we're playing alone, so we don't have a bass player, and if we were playing in a band, there would be a bass player, and they'd be playing the A. So the A doesn't exist while we play it alone, just so you know. Just like there's no drums when we play alone, there's no bass player. So what happens here, A, B, and then A add 9. So what he's playing is he plays in the D6-9, and the pattern is all downs, down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. And I'm stopping it, down, down, stop, down, 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 down. And then he plays the B minor. We already know this chord. Holds it. 2, 3, 4. A add 9. A add 9 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he changes a little. After this, he doesn't do the D6-9 up here. He does a new one. This is the last section. This is basically like exactly like the A, not even basically, it's exactly like the A add 9 that we already know. We've talked about so many times, but now he moves the entire shape up. Right now your first finger is on the 5th fret, which is an A note. Now he moves it up, everything all together, up to the 10th fret. Now your first finger's on a D note. So now it's a D6. There's no 9 in it this time, just a D6. A whole other story why that exists. So if you want me to give it to you, it's first finger on the 10th fret of the 6th string, third finger on the 12th fret of the 5th string, pinky on the 12th fret of the 4th string, third finger on the 11th fret of the 3rd string, and the 2nd string, the B string, is open. And here he does a totally different part. Not a totally different part, a totally different, you'll see. So the strumming is kind of similar. Down, 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 down. So what's happening? Slow motion. Down, down, stop. Down, 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 up, down, down. Sounds fancy, it's not that bad. Down, down, stop, up, down, 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 down. Again, down, 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 up, down, down. Faster. That's the hardest part here. I'm just repeating it to show an example. What he does after he does that one time, B minor, then A add 9. He does that 2 times. And then the 3rd time, he strums through it. And what I mean by that is doing the same strumming pattern with his hands, but changing the chords while he does it. So on the D, it's through the whole strumming pattern. Then when he changes the chords, the strumming is the first taps on the B minor, then it goes to A add 9. So I'll play that whole part. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, again. Minor, A add 9. 3rd time he strums through. Hope that all makes sense. And then after that, he goes into this other thing, goes back to that D6 chord way up here that we were just doing. This is very easy. He just takes this, strums it once, down, then he goes down. The whole thing up 2 frets. Now we're at an E chord. Stop, 2, 3, 4. So what's happening there? again, 2, 3, 4. So let me play that whole part from the bridge, right where there's that weird D6-9 chord I was talking about with the bass and the weird part. I'll play that whole part. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now we move up to the 10th fret. Hold an E minor, hold an A9. Do it again. E minor, A add 9. Third time you strum through. Cool. That's pretty much the whole song. Now let's go through the rest of the song, just showing you where the other parts go, but they're pretty much the same. Goes back to the chorus, which is the first thing we learn, the intro. Then it goes back to the verse, just like we did it the first time. Where's that D6-9 muted? Third time. Fourth time. E minor. Does that whole thing. Then it goes back to the instrumental. Oh, that's right. This is good to bring up. So the instrumental this time, the strumming is a little different. What am I doing there? I'm going, it's the same chords as all the other instrumentals. It's a D6-9 to an A add 9. What I'm doing is going strum, strum, and stopping on the second one. It's kind of like he's muting it with his right hand, doing that palm mute a little, so the notes are not ringing out like that. They're short. So what am I doing? I'm going down, 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 down. This is a little trickier. Usually when you do these kind of rhythms, people like to go down, up, down, up, down, up, because it makes the rhythm way easier. He's not doing that, and that to me is actually what makes it sound so cool. So you basically have to take that rhythm and put it in your head and then play it with all downs. If you get this far in the song, all those fast downs that you've gotten together, this shouldn't be that hard. You should probably kind of be not that challenging at this point. So anyway, back to the song. He does that the first time, just like the way I did it. Second time, gets that A add 9, he goes 1, 2, 3, and 4. They call that a dotted quarter rhythm. Doesn't matter if you don't understand what that means. You just have to get it in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then he goes to a B minor and just strums eighth notes. Eighth notes is when you're counting something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes are twice as fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just so you know, learn something about music. So here's that whole section. Second time. B minor. Then after that, we're almost done. Don't worry. It goes to an A chord. This is the only time in this whole song, for some reason, he plays a regular old A, not the A add 9. So what it is, it looks, you might already know this chord if you know bar chords. It looks like an A add 9, but it's not. What you're doing is your first finger is playing the 5th fret of the 6th string. Your third finger is playing the 7th fret. Everything's the same so far. of the 5th string, your pinky's playing the 7th fret of the 4th string, your second finger is playing the 6th fret of the 3rd string, and your first finger is now also pressing the 5th fret of the 2nd string. And really the 1st string too, even though you're not playing it, put it there. And the strumming is very easy, it's just all 8th notes. And then he goes to a B minor and holds it. You already know that one. He goes to an A add 9 and holds it. So, I'm going to play that whole section, going all the way back to the instrumental. This is the second instrumental. Second time. B minor. A. B minor now. A add 9. Cool. Now he goes back to the bridge. Except this time the parts are a little different, but it's basically the same thing. It shouldn't be that hard for you if you already know the other bridge. It's that old thing again, where the D, it looks like an A add 9 chord, but it's up at the 10th fret. If you don't know the bridge by now, go back and review the old bridge. The first time he does it, he does that hold in the B minor and the A add 9, and the next 2 times after that he does it, he strums through. So what that sounds like is holds it, strums through. Second time. Cool. Now we're almost done. Now he goes back up to that chord we were just playing, the first part of that section. That D looks like an A add 9, but it's on the 10th fret, and he just strums 8th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he goes up 2 frets, plays an E, and just hits it once. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he goes back to the chorus, plays the chorus 2 times. The chorus, remember, is the first thing we learn. It's just like the intro. Such a cool part. I love that part. And oh, once again, please like, subscribe, and donate. Trying to remind people in the middle of the videos so I can trick them into not fast forwarding in the beginning. I stole that from someone else's YouTube. Okay, so we do the chorus 2 times, and then we're at the end. The last thing he does. I love this part. This is the coolest part of the song in my opinion. It sounds like he's doing all downstrokes here. And he does that 3 times. 4th time he stops on a B minor. Confused? I'll talk you through it. It's 2 quiet downs and then a really loud down on a D6-9. These are the same chords you've been doing on the verse. That muted part. That whole thing. So it's down, 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 down. He does this push, moving to the next part of the A add 9. And then a push again. That's what makes it sound so cool to me. So I'll play that really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. That's the second time. Third time. Fourth time. B minor. He just stops on a B minor, and then that's the end of the song. I'll play that part for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third time. Last time. whole song. I hope everybody learned that and had a good time. It's a cool song, and it's not that easy, so if you made it all the way through, congratulations. It's pretty much like an intermediate, I'd say, level guitar song. You have to do bar chords and fast strumming, and the chords are crazy, the order, how he just changes them all the time. All his songs are like that. He loves to just change things. Nothing's always going to be exactly the same, and that kind of makes it really cool. So yeah, keep helping me out and requesting songs and stuff, and I kind of just do them in the order that people seem to request the same things, or maybe if I catch something that seems cool, I'll teach it. And I'm having a great time doing it, and thank you everyone.